Hi everyone, I'm Jessica Wright from Forever Yoga. I want to thank you so much for being a Patreon subscriber. I hope you enjoy this Yin Yoga practice. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Did we hear the good news about Yoga Nidra? Yay! Woohoo!
Has anyone ever said no?
I have a couple of people that are not super happy when I say Yoga Nidra. But I think it's mostly because they have a hard time being still for that long, finding a comfortable position. So I know that's definitely a challenge for me. All right. So happy almost December, post-Thanksgiving. Hope you all had a good holiday. Let's take a look at our mantra for the month, which is up on the board next to me. Repeat after me if you would. Om Shri,
Om Shri
Rama,
Rama,
Jaya Rama,
Jaya Rama,
Jaya Rama.
Jaya Rama.
Excellent. So this mantra is said to be an extremely healing mantra, invoking Lord Rama, who is said to be the seventh incarnation of Vishnu. And what that means is that the god known as Vishnu is said to come to the earth and take human form every often to help us straighten things out when they're not working so well. There's supposed to be one more time that happens. Keep telling him anytime now, come on down. We could use some help. So we'll continue with that at the beginning of the practice. And then we've also been focusing in on gratitude this month, inspired by the book Buddha's Brain, which we have out in the boutique there, talking all about that intersection of neuroscience and Eastern thinking, Buddhism, Hinduism, that kind of stuff. And we've talked about how having gratitude, focusing on gratitude can help us lay down these pathways in our brains that increase that ability to actually see the good stuff that is around us, that is part of our lives. But I want to bring you another little thought on that today, something kind of interesting that I've been playing with a bit in my own personal practice the last couple of weeks, which is the idea of having gratitude for what's coming. That's a little different, right? Because it's real easy, or easier, I guess, to have gratitude for the things that are happening right now, right? I have a roof over my head. I have clean water. I have hot water in the morning when I take my shower. Yay. Those kinds of things. But to change that to even welcome the things that might be coming in, maybe to even help you be more aware that they are actually coming towards you. So we'll play with that a little bit in our practice today. So let's come to sit up nice and tall, taking whatever seat's comfortable for you. Maybe you're up on a blanket or cushion, a bolster, letting the eyes fall fully closed or to a soft point of focus ahead of you. And as you start to settle in this morning and start to draw your awareness inward, you might start to consider this idea of gratitude for what's coming, gratitude for the future. We so often come to our mats with an agenda, with things that we want to change, things we might wish were different. And we might be so focused on those things that we might not have the opportunity to notice what lies ahead. So maybe today, as you come into this practice, just draw to mind something that you might be wishing for in the future. And take a moment to see if it's possible to cultivate gratitude for that thing right now as if it is already happening. I know I found that a little tricky myself, so if you have a little difficulty, don't worry. Just keep practicing. And maybe today you'll hold this as an intention for your practice. Instead of being focused on what might not be happening that you wish would, what might be something that you'd like to change in this moment, instead having gratitude and knowing that it will come to you in the future. Holding that in whatever way makes sense to you. And then starting to draw your attention to your breath. Perhaps allowing your breath to deepen. And as you let your attention rest with your breath, and you maybe start to feel that greater expansion and contraction of your inhales and your exhales. Certainly allow yourself to have gratitude for this breath that's here. So often we take the breath for granted until it becomes difficult or challenging. And maybe you even take it one step further into not only gratitude for this breath, but the next one that's coming. Allowing yourself to know and trust that that next breath is right there waiting for you. Staying with this awareness of body, breath, and gratitude as you move through your practice today. And then we'll come to our chanting. Beginning with the sound of Om together 3 times, inviting a full breath in. And then coming to the mantra, feel free to open the eyes and check in with the board as you need, and joining in whenever you feel comfortable. Om Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. 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 Om Shri Rama Jaya Rama Very good. Let's make our way onto our backs to begin today. See that you have your blocks handy here. In the vinyasa practice and this practice to some degree, we've been focusing on twisting this month. And we'll continue that here by coming into a Yin Twist. So arms are going to come out to that letter T or cactus position. Knees are going to draw in towards the chest. And with an exhale, you're going to let the legs fall fully over to the right side. That's a long way to go. Drawing in those blocks for support here. They may come underneath the knees. One might come between the knees. Remembering, of course, that this is a Yin Twist, so we're going to be here for longer than we might in a more active practice. And that we want to find that idea of mild to moderate sensation in the body. That 3 to 5 on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 might be practically nothing, and 10 might be the verge of pain because, of course, we don't want to go that far. Once you find a sustainable place, you're allowing your attention to continue to come back to those sensations of the body and the breath over and over again. Allowing for the opportunity to notice how things change. Perhaps the body softening into the posture. Perhaps the body letting you know that something needs to be different. Any of those sensations we might label as pain, numbness, tingling, shooting, electrical. Those definitely strong signs from the body that we need to do something different. Maybe it's supporting a little differently with the props. Maybe it's backing out of a posture slightly. Maybe it's finding another way, knowing that there are always those options. The breath is another opportunity to listen to the body. And the breath will also let us know if we're going too far. If the breath becomes unsteady, difficult to catch, if you notice you're holding your breath, all of those good signs that, again, we might need to make a small adjustment. On your next exhale, we're going to start to make our way out of this twist in a very specific way. So when you exhale, you're going to take your left arm and draw it across the body on top of the right arm so that you curl fully onto your right side. Just taking a moment or two there to feel that release. And then as you're ready, finding your way back onto your back. As you come onto your back, you might pause there in stillness for a moment or two, letting any tenderness you find in the body subside. And then we'll always take about 30 seconds or so for movement in between. So maybe it's just some windshield wipers of the knees from side to side. Maybe it's hugging the knees into your chest for some circles on the low back, or a little rock to outer hips. Maybe straightening the legs feels good to you and shaking them out there. Always knowing that my suggestions are just suggestions. And that you should do whatever feels best in your body in the moment. And then we'll start to find our way over to the other side. So arms are going to come back to that letter T or cactus position. The two different positions may feel very different in the body, so see which one's best for you. And then the knees are going to fall over to that left side this time. As always, we want to honor any differences we find between those two sides. Maybe support's needed here where it wasn't before, or vice versa. Remembering that idea of mild to moderate sensation. And in our Yin practice, also that idea of releasing as much muscular tension as possible. Supporting ourselves in a way where we don't feel like we're having to hold the body in the shape. And then once we've found a steady, sustainable place, continuing to draw our attention back to the body and the breath. Perhaps cultivating gratitude for what is, or maybe even allowing ourselves to feel gratitude for the future, for those changes that will come. Take one more full breath in. And as you exhale, once again, we're going to draw the right arm this time on top of the left arm, rolling fully onto the left side to find your way out of the posture. Allow a moment to pause, to feel a release perhaps. And then as you're ready, start to find your way back onto your back. Taking movement in whatever way feels good to you when you're ready. All right, from there, we're going to start to find our way into supported bridge pose. So you're going to grab your block, possibly two. Knees are going to be bent, soles of the feet on the earth. As you're ready, you're going to press the feet into the earth to lift the hips and slide that block underneath the low back, sacrum area. With the blocks, you've got those three different levels actually to take advantage of: the low level, the medium, the high. If you're looking for something that's maybe a little bit in between the medium and the high level, you might take two blocks on top of each other on that lowest level. That can sometimes give you a little bit of space in between those. Once you find, once again, that sustainable place that's working for you, you might consider letting the arms rest alongside the body with some space between the arms and the torso, allowing the palms of the hands to turn upward. As you settle into stillness, allowing your attention to rest with those sensations of the body as they change, they shift. And perhaps cultivating gratitude for not only what's possible now, but what may be possible in the future. Take one more full breath in and a full exhale. And then with your next breath, start to press into the feet just enough to lift the hips off the blocks and support. Sliding it out to the side and slowly returning the spine to the earth. You may want to knock the knees together and walk the feet wide once you arrive there. Taking a couple of breaths in stillness to allow any tenderness to subside. And then a couple of possibilities for movement. Maybe it's some windshield wipers of the knees. Maybe it's hugging the knees into the chest, or a circle or two on the low back, or a rock from side to side or up and down along the spine. Maybe letting the legs go long, shaking them out there. A gentle twist in each direction might also feel good. And listen to what your body needs right now. And then when you're ready, you're going to find your way to one side and start to come on up to seated. You want to make sure that you're sitting up on a folded blanket or some kind of small cushion. You're going to be taking the legs into a wide V shape, so if you'd like to turn to face the long side of your mat in order to cushion the heels of your feet a bit here, you certainly can do so. Really good idea to make sure you're sitting up on a blanket here as well. As you take the legs into that wide V shape, kind of noticing the sensations that come there, whether you need to take the feet wider or closer to moderate those sensations a little bit. Just give yourself a moment to check in. And then if you are facing me, just know I'm not mirroring you. You're going to turn towards your right leg. And you may want your blocks or even your bolster handy here. You might stay up nice and tall if that's already feeling like plenty of sensation for you. If you do want to deepen, you might start to hinge forward, maintaining some length in the spine, or you might allow the spine to round. The blocks can come in handy to support the forehead or even the hands as you settle into the shape. And as we twist the torso over to this right side, good to notice the left sit bone. And should that left sit bone want to lift up, allow it to happen. Allow the pelvis and the spine to move together rather than anchoring that left sit bone down. next exhale, press the earth away with the hands to slowly draw the spine tall. As you come back to center, just take a moment to pause, to feel. When your body's ready for movement, you might use the support of the hands to draw the legs back to center, or even hugging the knees directly into the chest. Taking a moment or two to maybe feel some stability in the joints. And then you might shake out the legs long in front of you. You might take some windshield wipers of the knees from side to side. If you want to counteract the rounding forward action, you can lay down on your back and shake out the legs there. You might also plant the feet and the hands well, lift the hips up, take the gaze to the sky, being careful not to drop the head fully back. See what works for your body. And then when you're ready, we'll start to make our way over to the other side. As you take the feet wide apart again, take a moment again to just feel, to notice the sensation. Maybe there's been some change even right there. And then turning towards your left leg. Those three options, again, possibilities, either staying up tall, finding a hinge forward, or allowing some roundness in the spine. Bringing in support there as might be beneficial to you. And again, maybe just a little attention in that opposite side sit bone, so the right sit bone. And should you find that it wants to lift up a bit and come into that fold with you, rather than forcing it down, anchoring it, allow it to lift as it needs. Allow the pelvis to turn with the spine. On your next exhalation, press the earth away and draw the spine back up tall. Take that little pause, let tenderness subside. And then when you're ready for movement, maybe allow the hands to support the legs as they perhaps draw back to center or the knees hug into your chest. Taking the time to move as you need. And then we're going to start to settle in for Yoga Nidra today. When you're ready to start making your way into Shavasana, you'll do so with your head towards the center of the space, feet towards the outer wall. Always lots of props in our Yin practice, but if there's something I can get you from the prop shelf, do let me know. As we start to prepare for Yoga Nidra and you start to lie down in Shavasana, take the time to make yourself as comfortable as possible. Allowing your feet to perhaps be slightly apart and so relaxed they might flop a bit to the sides. Your arms might come to rest slightly away from your torso with the palms of the hands turned upwards. Taking the time to adjust your props, your clothing, your body position, so that you can practice Yoga Nidra without moving and with no physical discomfort. Allowing your eyes to close if they haven't already, and keeping them strictly closed until you are asked to open them. The practice of Yoga Nidra is the act of hearing and the act of feeling. These are the only important factors. In Yoga Nidra, you function on the level of awareness plus the level of listening. In dreams, you have no control. In Yoga Nidra, you are the creator of the dream. Say to yourself mentally now, I will not sleep, I shall only listen to the voice. Repeat to yourself, I will not sleep. Allow yourself to become calm and steady. Take a deep breath, and as you breathe in, feel calmness spreading throughout the body. As you are breathing out, say to yourself mentally, let go. Become aware of sounds in the distance. Become aware of the most distant sounds that you can hear. Let your sense of hearing operate like a radar beam, searching out distant sounds and following them for a few seconds. Move your attention from sound to sound without attempting to identify the source. Gradually, bring your attention to closer sounds, to sounds outside this building. And then to sounds inside this building. Now develop your awareness of this room. Without opening your eyes, visualize the four walls, the ceiling, the floor, your body lying on the floor. See your body lying on the floor. Become aware of the existence of your physical body lying on the floor. Total awareness of your body lying in perfect stillness. Your body is lying on the floor. Develop your awareness of all the physical meeting points between your body and the floor. Become aware of the natural breath. Become aware of the deep, natural, spontaneous breath. Do not concentrate, for this will interfere with the natural process. Keep on listening to me and know that you are breathing. The practice of Yoga Nidra begins now. Say mentally to yourself, I am going to practice Yoga Nidra. I will not sleep. I am going to practice Yoga Nidra. Now is the time to make your intention or sankalpa, that positive statement in the present tense as if it is already happening. For example, instead of saying, I will be relaxed, you would say, I am relaxed. Allow your intention to come naturally. If one does not come, do not worry, the practice will still work. Please state your intention clearly with feeling and awareness 3 times to yourself now. We now come to rotation of consciousness. Rotation of your consciousness through the different centers of the body. As quickly as possible, the awareness is to move from point to point without physical movement. Please repeat mentally the name of each part after me and simultaneously become aware of that part. The practice always begins with the right hand. Right hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, right thigh, knee, calf muscle, ankle, heel, sole, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. The left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, left thigh, knee, calf muscle, ankle, heel, sole, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. The right shoulder, the left shoulder, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, right buttock, left buttock, the spine, the whole of the back together, top of the head, forehead, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, the eyebrow center, right eyelid, left eyelid, right eye, left eye, right ear, left ear, right cheek, left cheek, nose, tip of the nose, right nostril, left nostril, upper lip, lower lip, chin, jaw, throat, right collarbone, left collarbone, right chest, left chest, middle of the chest, navel, abdomen, lower abdomen, whole of the right leg, whole of the left leg, both legs together, whole of the right arm, whole of the left arm, both arms together, whole of the back, whole of the front, whole of the head together, legs, arms, back, front, head together, the whole of the body together, the whole of the body together, the whole of the body together. Develop complete awareness of the whole body and become aware of the space occupied by the body. Become aware of the body and the space that is occupied by your body. Body and space. become aware of the whole body and the floor. The whole body in relation to the floor. And at the same time, become aware of the meeting points of the body and the floor. These are very subtle physical points between body and floor. Feel the meeting points between the back of your head and the floor, shoulder blades and the floor, the elbows and the floor, the back of the hands and the floor, the buttocks and the floor, the calves and the floor, the heels and the floor. Awareness of all the meeting points between the body and the floor. The sensation of all points simultaneously, evenly. Go on feeling these points clearly and distinctly. Please do not sleep. Continue. Switch your attention to the eyelids. Feel the narrow line of meeting between the upper and lower eyelids. Feel the sharp points where they meet. Intensify your awareness between the eyelids. And then the lips. Center your attention on the line between the lips, the space between the lips. From the lips, we go to the breath. Draw your attention to the natural ingoing and outgoing breath. Feel the breath moving along the passage between the navel and the throat. On inhalation, it rises from the navel to the throat. On exhalation, it descends from the throat to the navel. Be completely aware of the respiration, navel to throat, throat to navel. Do not try to force the breath, just awareness. Total awareness of the breath. The breathing is slow and relaxed. Continue your awareness. We now come to awareness of sensations. The experience of cold. Awaken the experience of bitter cold in the body. Imagine you are walking on a cold floor in winter. Your feet feel very cold. You feel cold all over. Awareness of coldness. Awareness of coldness. Awaken the sensation of heat. Awaken the experience of heat. The whole body is hot. The whole body is hot. You feel hot all over. Recollect the feeling of heat in summer when you are out in the sun with no shade. Heat all over the body. Heat all around the body. Awareness of heat. Withdraw your mind now and concentrate on the space in front of your closed eyes, the space we call Chitakasha. Imagine before you a transparent screen through which you can see infinite space, a space that extends as far as the eyes can see. Concentrate on this dark space and become aware of any phenomena that manifests within it. Whatever you see is the manifesting state of your mind. Continue your awareness of this space, but do not become involved. Practice detached awareness only. We now come to visualization. A number of different things will be named, and you should try to develop a vision of them on all levels: feeling, awareness, emotion, imagination, as best you can. If you are able to find this vision, your relaxation is complete for the time being. And if you are not able to, then you simply need a little more practice. Burning candle, burning candle, burning candle. Endless desert, endless desert, endless desert. Egyptian pyramid, Egyptian pyramid, Egyptian pyramid. Torrential rain, torrential rain, torrential rain. Snow-capped mountains, snow-capped mountains, snow-capped mountains. Greek temple at sunrise, Greek temple at sunrise, Greek temple at sunrise. Coffin beside a grave, coffin beside a grave, coffin beside a grave. Birds flying across a sunset, birds flying across a sunset, birds flying across a sunset. A cross above a church, a cross above a church, a cross above a church. Smiling Buddha, smiling Buddha, smiling Buddha. Wind from the sea, wind from the sea, wind from the sea. Waves breaking on a deserted beach, waves breaking on a deserted beach. The eternal restless sea, eternal restless sea. Waves breaking on a deserted beach. Bring your awareness back to Chitakasha. Bring your awareness to the dark space you see in front of your closed eyes. Rest your mind in this warm and friendly darkness. If any subtle phenomena manifest, for example, colors or patterns, simply take note of these and continue with your awareness. If thoughts occur, let them come and go, but continue watching the dark space. Continue this with detached awareness. Now is the time to remember your intention or sankalpa. Repeat the same intention you made at the beginning of the practice in the same words and with the same attitude. Repeat your intention now 3 times clearly with feeling and awareness to yourself. Become aware of your breathing. Become aware of your natural breath. Awareness of breathing and awareness of relaxation. Develop awareness of your physical existence. Become aware of your arms and legs and your body lying stretched out on the floor. Become aware of meeting points between your body and the floor. Develop awareness of the room, walls, ceiling, noises in the room and noises outside. Take your mind out, become completely external. Lie quietly for a few last moments with your eyes closed. And now slowly and gently begin to bring movement back to your body, wiggling your fingers and toes. Perhaps gently allowing your head to roll from side to side, stretching and yawning in any way that feels good to you. Please take your time. Do not hurry. When you are sure that you are wide awake, draw the knees into your chest and roll to your right side, pausing there for a moment. The practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. Hari Om Tat Sat. Pressing the earth away, come on up to a comfortable seat with the eyes closed. Back to your breath, back to your intention for the practice today. Perhaps as you make your way back out into the world today, you remember gratitude not only for what is or for what's coming in the future, and see where it leads you. When you're ready, please join me for the closing chant. Asatoma Sagamaya Tamasoma Jyotiya Mritorma Amritam Gamaya Asatoma Sagamaya Tamasoma Jyotiya Amritam Gamaya Asatoma Sagamaya Tamasoma Jyotiya Mritorma Amritam Gamaya Amritam Gamaya. Drawing your hands together at your heart center, we wish this for all beings. May all beings everywhere awaken to their innate great perfection. May all beings everywhere experience life's true joys. May all beings everywhere be free from suffering and the root causes of suffering. And together, may we all abide in equanimity, free from attachments and aversions. Inhaling for the sound of Om, please. Sliding the hands up to the space between the eyebrows. Thank you so much for being here today, for sharing a bit of your light with me, and for allowing me to guide you through this practice. Namaste.